Right now at 6, La Crosse's school board is considering the future of elementary consolidations.
And emergency weight restrictions. The La Crosse County Highway Department and the city of Onalaska are restricting certain trucks to travel on some roads.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
A 77-year-old Cashton man will spend the rest of his life behind bars. Monroe County Court sentenced Jerome Luke to 31 years in prison for child sex crimes. Prosecutors filed 14 charges against him in 2020, but the case ended in a mistrial. A second trial found him guilty of 12 counts last November. Luke was a Cashton School District bus driver from 1968 to 2012. In a statement, Monroe County Assistant DA Sarah Skiles says, quote, "This sentence ensures Luke is forever removed from our community and cannot further victimize children." The La Crosse School Board is narrowing down its options for elementary school consolidation.
And after hours of debate at last night's meeting, the board is left strongly considering two different paths forward. News 8 Now's Allison Fergut has the story. Allison.
Ken and Emily, back in November, the Facility Advisory Committee recommended the district close Northwoods and Hinchin Elementaries. But the school board has essentially done a 180 from that. Now it looks like they'll leave the decision in the hands of the voters.
Something has to happen. Our buildings are getting older and we have fewer students, and something has to change. With all that said, what is that change?
La Crosse's school board is looking to cut $3 million of district expenses. And they say elementary consolidation is the first step. The board is down to two pairings, Emerson and Spence.
These are schools that have deferred maintenance that would need to be addressed beyond what we can cover with our capital funds in our operating budget.
Or Spence and Hinchin.
The board recognizes that Spence is on a large spot. There are a lot of students in the space. Hinchin's close proximity to Spence kind of plays a part in that piece.
In either case, the elementaries would be consolidated into one building. For Emerson and Spence, it would be on the Hogan site. The Hinchin and Spence option would lead to a new school at Spence's location.
It's a loss to lose a school, but through building new, you have the opportunity for those affected communities to come together and really envision what the future of education can be for students here.
But the school board wants to leave consolidation up to the voters.
And the board is considering a referendum as the option. There were recommendations within the FAC report and from many of our speakers to use a revitalize, replace model as we think about the path forward for the district.
Only one of the two pairings would be up for referendum, and it's likely the question will be on the November ballot.
I hope our community can kind of come behind, support the school district in helping us find a path forward.
It's back to the drawing board if the referendum fails. But even if the referendum passes, the board's work isn't done.
As a baseline, an additional facility will likely need to be closed to meet that $3 million threshold without finding those savings in our programs, services, or staff.
Bauman says the board could decide which consolidation pairing is up for referendum by as early as February 19th. But she adds hopefully mid-April is the latest that decision would come. Ken and Emily.
All right, Allison Fergut live in the studio. Thank you, Allison.
Police in Elkhorn, Wisconsin say they have a person of interest in custody in a double homicide at a sports bar last week. Newlyweds Emerson and Gina Weingart were killed early Thursday morning at Sports Page Bar in Elkhorn. This shortly after Gina was hired as a bartender there after she and her husband had become regular customers. Residents of Elkhorn are asking police for answers.
I don't think the community is really looking for names or things like that, but just a better description of what exactly happened.
An hour later, police are now sharing a release saying they have a person of interest in custody who could be tied to the double homicide. Police saying no further details will be released to protect the integrity of the investigation. Authorities have not said when charges in the murder could be announced.
Well, another day, another record falls. Once again, Eau Claire hit a record. They really smashed their old record, hitting 56. La Crosse, it was 59, so even though we got up to like 54, still couldn't quite get that record. And there you go, another one. That's two in a row We're probably going to see maybe a third one come tomorrow. Overall, high temperatures across the region, mid-50s, even some as you go up to Minneapolis, 57, so quite warm, 57 and even Black River Falls. A little bit cooler as you go to the east, but that's because of cloud cover that was over there. Current temperatures still mid to upper 40s. Once again, this is more like the end of March to early April temperatures you would see at this time of the evening. We have a cold front to the north. That front's going to really stall out. We have cloud cover really is going to be the big thing you'll see over the next 24 hours. It's just high clouds as a system out to the west begins to approach the area, but we won't see effects really of that till tomorrow night. For this evening, just cloud cover, high clouds, very mild temperatures. The south wind is starting to pick up a little bit, but still not too bad. Same story for Eau Claire, just getting down to the upper 30s by 11 p.m. with that south wind at 6. Now, it may be too early for some people, but yeah, you could still grill probably tomorrow since it's going to be in the 50s, and you might as well enjoy it because the rain's coming Thursday. So just some ideas, you might have some good grilling going on if you like to grill out in this temperatures.
Well, I'd love to. Don't have a grill, but you're telling us to.
If you had one.
If we have the weather for it, I would.
Definitely
and a grill. Okay.
Thanks, Greg. Well, that mild weather is softening roads in La Crosse County and creating some restrictions for trucks. Starting today, trucks at a certain weight will not be allowed on some county roads.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is learning more about the emergency weight restrictions. Jeremy.
Emily, if you're driving a truck 2, 3 or more axles and it weighs 8, 13 or 18 tons, prepare your route. These vehicles will not be allowed on numerous roads, including some in Onalaska. This is to avoid damage as they warm up. Today in La Crosse County, and today the La Crosse County and the city of Onalaska are imposing emergency weight restrictions. The restrictions apply to Marcoux Road, Green Coulee Road, and Emerald Drive. Anyone driving a truck weighing 8, 13, or 18 tons will not be allowed on these roads without a permit. City of Onalaska engineer Kevin Schubert says why these restrictions impact roads on only the eastern side of the community.
When you're over here on the western part of the city like we are here at City Hall, the underlying soil is a sandier soil, so we don't get a lot of freeze thaw on this side of the city because there's not as much moisture in the underlying soil.
Now, to obtain a permit, truck drivers can contact the City of Onalaska's engineering department. Anyone caught driving without a permit, which you can still drive on those roads if you have one, will receive a citation. Ken and Emily?
All right, thank you, Jeremy.
Former President Donald Trump is not immune to face prosecutions in his federal trial.
He will now face charges for alleged crimes to reverse the 2020 election results. And the bill proposed to approve funding for border security is shut down, and Biden is blaming former President Trump. More when we come back.
Hy-Vee hot deals are burning hot. Fresh ground beef, just $2.68 for a 1-pound roll. Buy 2, get 2 free on select Pepsi products. And avocados, 2 for just $1. Only at Hy-Vee.
It's about passion. It's about achievement. It's about hands-on. It's in our history. It's in our present and future. It's time to explore what Chippewa Valley Technical College is all about. Find us online at cvtc.edu and see what's in it for you.
In 2001, my father established La Crosse Fireplace Company. Since then, our family has had the privilege of helping families create a warm, gathering place in their home. Today, my brother Jeremy and I are the second generation to carry on the values and traditions that was started 23 years ago. Whether it's a remodel or a new installation, La Crosse Fireplace Company looks forward to serving you for many years to come. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
Walt never smoked a day in his life, so when he developed a bad cough, we never thought lung cancer, but that's what it was. What gives a non-smoker lung cancer? A friend suggested we check the house for radon. Sure enough, it was high. We've had it taken care of now, but I wish we'd known sooner. Walt died 4 weeks and 5 days after the diagnosis. If you haven't had your home checked for radon, do it. Do it for your family. No one should lose someone they love because of this.
This Thursday, 1 day only. Earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
federal appeals court has ruled Donald Trump is not immune from prosecution for alleged crimes he committed to reverse the 2020 election results.
This is a major blow to the former president's key defense in the federal election subversion case brought by special counsel Jack Smith. Trump has pleaded not guilty to 4 counts, including conspiring to defraud the United States and to obstruct an official proceeding.
Trump has argued he had presidential immunity and his conduct to overturn the election fell within his official duties. The ruling can be appealed directly to the Supreme Court. Trump's team can also ask for an en banc review, meaning the case would be heard again by the full D.C. Circuit. After months of negotiations between the White House, Senate Democrats, and Senate Republicans, GOP lawmakers say a bill that would provide emergency funding for Ukraine and Israel and strengthen the U.S.-Mexico border is dead on arrival in the House.
Even the Republicans who helped negotiate the deal now say they will vote against advancing it in the Senate because of opposition in the House. Natalie Brandt has more details from the White House.
President Biden, pleading for Congress to pass the bipartisan border security compromise, is blaming former President Donald Trump for trying to kill it.
Every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
The proposal, which would give the White House new powers to crack down on border crossings, has drawn criticism from both progressives and conservatives in the Senate.
It looks to me and to most of our members as if we have no real chance here to make a law.
I'm angry at our own Republican leadership for going along with it in a terrible bill.
Speaker Mike Johnson has called it dead on arrival in the House.
The bill does not secure the border, and it does not prevent illegals from coming into our country.
Despite the pushback, the Senate is still expected to hold a test vote this week on the deal. Meanwhile, the House is moving forward with a vote to try and impeach the president's DHS secretary. Republicans accuse Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas of refusing to comply with immigration laws.
We're dealing with a prohibition on the Border Patrol and ICE doing the job and being effective.
But not every House Republican agrees.
Mayorkas is guilty of maladministration on a cosmic scale, but that is not grounds for impeachment.
If impeached, the Democratic-led Senate would have to hold a trial where Mayorkas is all but certain to be acquitted. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
It takes a 2/3 vote in the Senate to convict. Former Secretary of War William Belknap became the first and only cabinet secretary to ever be impeached.
He was accused of using his office for personal gain through kickbacks.
Several dairy product brands are being recalled for listeria contamination.
What you need to know to keep your family safe.
And record warmth continues, but we might see the first season of thunderstorms come Thursday, along with wet weather for your commutes. I'll break down when to expect that rain, if we get any snow, and what those temperatures look like once we cool down for the weekend. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Ashley's President's Day sale is going on now. Shop incredible hot buys, your choice just $6.99. Or shop in-store for designer deals as low as $17 per month or $999.99. With 0% interest for 5 years with no minimum purchase, in-store only. Only at Ashley.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
The most important value of our law firm is our commitment to our clients.
When I walked away from my first meeting with Schwabel, Getz, and Sievin, I felt so special. I felt that I was going to be their #1 client, and that comfort that they gave me carried through my whole court case. I always felt that they were pushing for me, advocating for me. They never gave up.
You need an experienced attorney on your side. Schwabel, Getz & Sieben. Call or visit schwabel.com.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
Ashley's President's Day Preview Mattress Sale is here. Right now, you can get early access to mattress hot buys, your choice just $6.99. Plus, save up to $1,000 on select mattresses. Visit your local Ashley store or ashley.com to shop the President's Day Preview Mattress Sale today.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Riso Lopez Foods is recalling dozens of dairy products after a multi-state listeria outbreak. The outbreak has led to 23 hospitalizations and 2 deaths dating back nearly a decade. An investigation identified the dairy products as the source of the outbreak that's affected people in 11 states. The CDC said it did not have enough data until now to identify the source. The recalled products were distributed nationwide and include cheese, yogurt, and sour cream sold under various brands. They include Tio Francisco, Don Francisco, Riso Bros, Rio Grande, Food City, El Huache, La Ordeña, San Carlos, Campesino, Santa Maria, Dos Ranchitos, Casa Cardenas, and 365 Whole Foods Market.
Well, Pizza Hut is serving up a sweet yet spicy way to end your relationship before Valentine's Day. Through February 14th, heartbreakers can send free hot and honey goodbye pies to their soon-to-be ex. The limited edition pizza comes in a custom box with a broken pizza heart and a spot to write their name. The deal is only available at locations in New York City, Chicago, and Miami. But you're not out of luck if you live elsewhere. You can ask Pizza Hut to send a breakup text to your future ex with a gift card for a goodbye pie. So while you might ruin their Valentine's Day, at least they won't be hungry.
It's one of those stories.
Oh my gosh, that is a brutal one.
Yeah, just reminds me how grateful I am to have my lovely wife at home, Leah. Love you.
You don't have to deal with this type of stuff.
Don't have to deal with that kind of stuff.
This chaos.
Thank goodness.
Anyways, let's talk about the weather. It's really nice outside today, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely out, Greg.
I like that idea. Definitely, that is a good idea, Pizza Hut. That's funny. But yeah, we do have some changes coming up. We're not going to go back to full winter come this weekend and next, but we are going to see temperatures probably more like early March instead of early April. That system that's been pounding the southwest really is beginning to push into Arizona, Nevada, and eventually New Mexico. That is what we're watching that will bring us some rainfall. Right now we're just going to see cloud cover coming through it for the meantime, but that's the system that we're watching, and it will eventually get into the area. Overall for tonight, it's just the on and off high clouds. We'll keep the temperature with that south wind. You'll wake up in the mid to upper 30s. That could be actually a record for being so warm for the night as we go into February. Overall, throughout the day, we're going to see temperatures continue to climb to the mid 40s by noon, and then the low 50s or even mid 50s in the afternoon. Once again, a lot of this cloud cover is high, so you'll still be able to see the sun as we get towards the evening hour tomorrow evening. Once again, temperatures and the winds will start picking up too as the system approaches. All this precipitation out to the west should stay out there well until probably closer to Wednesday midnight or thereafterwards. So it should be dry conditions for your evening commute, but definitely going to be seeing the wind pick up tomorrow. In the morning, maybe 10 to 15. In the afternoon, especially out to the west, higher elevations, probably getting into the 15 to 20 out of the south. And you'll start seeing a little bit more gust as we go through Wednesday evening and Wednesday night as the system gets closer. And that winds will continue through Thursday and Friday. For record highs tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures should break it. And once again, we're kind of on the low end, so it might be mid 50s. So we should break those. And even Thursday, when we have the system come through, we'll still be warm. So expect overnight lows to be very warm, and the daytimes will probably break another record. And that'll probably be it for the record-breaking temperatures, at least for the next week and a half. Overall, we're looking at the system coming through. There's one line that'll come through probably for your Thursday morning commute. That'll be the precipitation to watch out for. We'll probably see a break after that comes through. Dry for noon, some drizzle, a few showers in the afternoon, and then we'll probably see a line of potential thunderstorms with the main front coming through in the evening hour. Better shot as you go further south of La Crosse, not as much as you go further north, but still everyone might see that going through Thursday. And then Thursday night into Friday, really just low clouds, some drizzle, maybe a few flurries, nothing significant, but that'll be what you'll expect going into your Friday morning commute. The winds will be the other story as they pick up from the northwest, so the breezy conditions will continue, just the winds will change from the west. Overall, general thunderstorms, not expecting severe, but this is the first time we've actually had this, so something to keep in mind of. We might see that. Better chances to go further south across to see those thunderstorms maybe during the evening commute. Snow-wise, not a big condition we're going to see with this. A little bit of snow on the backside, well north of the area, but right now it's all really going to just be a wet, rainy system with winds and cooler conditions behind it. But in the meantime, we're not seeing that tonight, just high clouds. We'll see the mid-30s, maybe even upper 30s to wake up, so very mild for early February to see. And then tomorrow, temperatures mid-50s, once again record level. You'll see the winds pick up, high cloud cover. Won't expect any precipitation yet. That'll come into factor Wednesday night into Thursday. And once again, Thursday morning commute and evening probably be wet, but it's not going to be an all-day washout on Thursday and still fairly mild. And then as you see, the temperatures continue to go back down. Once again, that's still above average as we go into Sunday and Monday, mid-30s. Maybe get closer to average towards Valentine's Day. So we're going to go back to, as I say, early March weather more like instead of early February. But it's not going to be early April anymore.
All right. It's been a fun couple of days.
Yes, it has been fun.
Been nice.
All right, Greg, thanks for the latest.
Okay.
Coming up next in sports, winning on the road. We'll hear from Badger guard Connor Essegian as the team gets ready for a couple of games in pretty hostile territory. Cade is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Garbage day!
Here you go.
Russell! I swear I've been seeing you everywhere.
I've been busy.
Looking for fun, family-friendly entertainment?
The La Crosse Sports Show returns February 8th through 11th.
Experience a safari-like walkthrough exhibit of kangaroos, lemurs, wild birds, and more.
Meet Dexter the Dom, who learned to walk like a human.
Get grilling tips from Mad Dog and Merrill, or learn from fishing and hunting experts.
You can also feed parakeets, fish the trout pond,
and get free scoring of your trophy racks.
Come for the deals, stay for the fun.
February 8th through 11th at the La Crosse Center.
LaCrosseSportsShow.com.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's window and door replacement experts. Our superior quality, energy-saving windows and doors from the trusted brand of Renewal by Andersen are skillfully installed by certified technicians and backed by some of the strongest transferable warranties available. Save up to 22% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Cade Overton.
Welcome to News 8 Now Sports. I'm Cade Overton. Despite the back-to-back losses last week, the Wisconsin Badgers are putting together an impressive season. Even with the 2 losses, the Badgers are still 16-6 on the year, with 3 of those losses coming to top 10 opponents. And really, the only game they didn't have a chance in is when they lost to Arizona, who was the top-ranked team in the country. The team is averaging 75 points a game, the most since the mid-1990s. Badger guard Connor Essegian says the team is confident and they're ready to bounce back in a big way.
Coach told us after the game, he was saying that, this week is now the real test. The way that we're going to bounce back is huge. Michigan, and Rutgers aren't, in great places in the Big Ten, but they're still extremely talented teams. And going on the road in the Big Ten is never easy. So to see the way we bounce back this week, being on the road after having those 2 back-to-back losses is going to be huge for us.
The road test begins tomorrow when the Badgers travel to Ann Arbor for a clash with the Michigan Wolverines. And if you want to hear from Connor Essegian on the Wisconsin basketball team, tune in to the Wisconsin Huddle this Friday right after our 6 o'clock show. We've got some fun action on the ice tonight. West Salem boys hockey hosting La Crescent Hoka. The Lancers are in the middle of the school's best season ever as they are sitting at 20-1, the most wins in school history, and the season's not even over. Not only that, but senior Wyatt Farrell is 9 goals away from breaking the Minnesota hockey career goal record. He's currently at 188, and he'll be looking to score a few at the Panther Den starting at 7:30. The Bucks in the spotlight tonight as they've got a big game on TNT at 9 p.m. against the Phoenix Suns. The only problem is a lot of Bucks listed on the injury report. Dame and Brook Lopez listed as questionable for tonight's game, while Giannis as listed as probable as he's dealing with some right knee soreness. Milwaukee just 1-3 since Doc Rivers took over as head coach. It's going to be a tough game tonight as the Suns are 10-3 in their last 13 games. Again, tip-off set for 9 on TNT. I'll have an update later tonight. We've also got a big matchup at Aquinas High School. Their girls team hosts Winona Cotter. Blue Gold's only with 3 losses on the year, Cotter with just 2. That's all for sports. We'll have one more look at the forecast when we come back.
All love, there's a whole lot to love. The stars. Everybody calm down. And HGTV Week.
Weekdays at 4 on News 8.
When the insurance company sees Bygoff and Rohde on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. It's your life, but it's our fight. And they know that if they're not being fair with us, they will find themselves in court, and that's how Bygoff and Rohde gets results for its clients.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's big pet care sale is going on now, and that means huge savings on the food, treats, and supplies you need to help keep your pets happy and healthy. Right now, get a free $15 gift card when you buy select Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food. Save $5 on assorted Taste of the Wild dog food. Select Rachel Ray Nutrish dog food, also $5 off. Plus, 40-pound bags of black oil sunflower seed, just $17.99.
Find value at Blain's Farm and Fleet.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
If you've been in a serious accident, you need a serious legal team. Bygoff and Rohde is the Western Wisconsin powerhouse. Attorneys who won't settle for less than you deserve. Call Bygoff and Rohde.
All right, tomorrow more record-breaking temperatures, 53. It might be a little warmer than that, the record. Winds will pick up in the afternoon. High clouds, so plenty still sun out there. Same story for LeClaire. That's probably maybe a little low. It might be 55, 56 once again, and another record too. One more day of records on Thursday. Potential thunderstorm. Both commutes may be wet, and then we cool down towards the weekend. But even then, it's more like early March than it should be for early February.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take it. Yep. All right. Thank you, Greg, and thank you all for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.